Hello everybody, this is the Kyocera Hydro Vibe from Virgin Mobile USA, and this is a review video. So, let us start off by saying this is a very durable feeling phone. Of course, the main selling point is that it is waterproof, and but it also feels durable. It's a little heavier. The back feels, it's plastic, but it's more of a rubbery feel to it. And then, of course, the back seals on, so it is waterproof. I believe it is, yikes, 3.5 feet for up to 30 minutes or something like that. So it's pretty decent. I mean, you can take it for a swim in the pool. So this is that phone, the Kyocera Hydro Vibe. It was $150 brand new from Virgin Mobile's website. And pretty much the main reason you should buy this is that it is waterproof, and you can see my unboxing video for proof, I guess. But I did test it in water quite a bit, and it worked out just fine. I mean, it still works. No water leaked in. I had it underwater for quite a bit of time. It even received calls and texts underwater, and it was able to play YouTube underwater. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, so some specs are it has LTE, it has a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor, Android 4.3, a 4.5-inch display, but it is not HD, 8 gigabytes of internal memory, but 4.4 gigabytes is available to the user out of the box, and 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, haven't seen that before, and 8 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel front facing camera, and the rear facing camera takes 1080p video. So let's start out with messaging, and I'm going to pull it out of here because I never did delete your messages from testing, and I haven't quite answered all of them. I should get to that. Alright, so here's messaging. Pretty stock experience when it comes to messaging. I didn't experience any lag. The screen size was good for messaging in general. And I did find excessive vibrating with the keyboard, but I'm sure you can change that in settings or just get a new keyboard. And you can see, I think the vibrating creates a little lag. But overall, texting should not be an issue with this phone. Again, texting is less and less of a thing I really need to review because all the phones are quite similar. Come on, focus. There we go. So that's messaging, and also I got a request to see what kind of emojis it has. So the stock keyboard just has these things, and so nothing fancy. And of course you can download other emoji keyboards from the internet, so just keep that in mind if you really are looking for emojis. And I'm going to set that back as home screen. If you press home again, then it lets you choose the home screen, so I'm going to set that as the home screen. And then when you press home, it goes to that screen. So a little bit of customization. Oh, also I noticed in apps you can rearrange apps, which is pretty cool. Not sure if you can do that on other phones, but I just noticed you can do that, with this one. So, nice little customization feature. Alright, so the web experience was actually pretty good overall. As you can see, it comes with the typical browser, but it also has Chrome. And I pretty much always use Chrome, so let's get off my Facebook here. We'll go to KDWB, the typical website. And it is on Wi-Fi for some reason. We're going to turn that off because I do have LTE up here in the attic. And this is a mobile page. We're going to go to the full web page because it's got a lot of content on it. So it really shows this phone can take a big page actually surprisingly well because it's not an expensive phone at $150. You can see scrolling is just fine. Pinch to zoom is a tad bit laggy or jumpy. But, I mean, overall, it's not bad. I mean, you don't need super smooth pinch to zoom to do a page, but you need it to be able to scroll and navigate around. Also, transitions are pretty darn fast, which I noticed with this phone. So I was really happy with that. Overall, I was really happy with the web browser. I mean, really not bad. Browsing was a breeze. It was quite nice. And you can see I've got 4G LTE up there. Okay. As for the phone, the phone on this thing is kind of special. It has something called Kyocera Smart Sonic Receiver, which you can see there is no grid for the phone speaker. The speaker's actually, it's some kind of thing, I don't really know what it is, but it's behind the glass and behind the screen. And it mostly transmits by vibrations. And so you can like suction your, well, not suction, but you can put your ear, press your ear on the screen really anywhere, but it's the strongest up here where the earpiece normally would be, and get a pretty good clear sound. So I mean, it's pretty neat because you can listen from anywhere on the screen, and in noisy areas you can press your ear on it, and since it transmits to your ear with more vibrations than sound, it's clearer and you can hear it in louder areas. So I found that pretty cool, and the sound was loud and clear. It was kind of thin though, so not the greatest sounding, but again, not bad, especially if you're in noisy situations. So that is the phone, which is kind of special on this phone, like I said. All right. Alright, so applications. Apps ran very well on this phone. I didn't have any problems with the usual YouTube, Gmail, all that. There wasn't much lag, though I got Snapchat, and Snapchat was a bit buggy. I mean, Snapchat is kind of a buggy application, but it froze up on me. Had to restart the phone from that one. Oops. And so Snapchat didn't. Then when I restarted it, it worked fine. So I don't know what that was all about, but also when I was using Snapchat, I noticed photos from this 2-megapixel camera, which is quite a bit for a front-facing camera, were very blurry and not of high quality, so something to take note. And that's, that was selfies, but really I noticed a huge difference between that and other phones. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright, so let us play with Temple Run 2, which is on here, of course, somewhere. Because I always download this game. And fun fact is I never play the game. Never play the game. I did at one point. Not much of a game person, so I've never gotten really addicted to this. Though the game 2048 is pretty fun. I played it for an entire plane ride, 2-hour plane ride last week. I still haven't gotten 248 though. If you don't know that game, check it out. It's pretty fun. It's a puzzle game. And so again, this is actually running very smoothly. I did try it earlier. It's very smooth and just very good overall. You can see really fast. So I was happy with gameplay, and you should be able to do most games on this, to be honest. So that is applications. And now let's go into speed test, and I can actually do one with my one sad bar of LTE, so just note, one bar, so not much. Okay, and it's using a server that's not the closest to me, second closest, so not sure why that is. Not great speeds. As you can see, ping's alright, but the speeds on here I found have been less than average. Less than average from other Sprint and Virgin Mobile phones, and for LTE and 3G. And I actually read the same online too, so it's not just me. Just something to keep note. Your speeds may be a little slower. Again, 4.8 megabits per second. Usually I'd be getting 8 here. Okay, so let's see. Yep, so pretty bad speeds in general, but also something that I like about this phone and other Androids, but you can do this. Okay, so what it is star pound 4636 pound star, oops, pound star, and then it pulls up the testing menu. You can go to phone settings, and you can go in here, and you can change this to LTE only, and texts and calls will not work on LTE only, but like the name suggests, it only will use LTE, so it'll show no service if you don't have LTE service at the time. But it's really nice if you're in a fringe area, you're just trying to use LTE, and I find Sprint to really cut out easily because of the higher frequencies they use. So if you're having trouble holding on to LTE where you know it exists, go in that testing menu, star pound 4636 pound star, and lock it onto LTE. So then it will either have LTE or no service, and it won't switch to a stronger 3G signal. So that's something to keep in mind. And also let us do a quadrant, of course. Alright, yep, run. I forgot to clear the app memory. I'm not sure if that matters a whole lot or not, but this should give it a pretty good estimate. Okay, and it's done. Talked about the phone earlier, so not much to say. Alright, this is not a bad test because I did see something similar online. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 8,342. There we go. So again, not a bad score. It's not excellent, but it's really not bad at all. So that is quadrant. And now let's take a look at the camera. So there is, so you can customize the lock screen so that you can swipe to a different area to go to a place. Oh, well, I can swipe to the camera. Demonstrate with that. So we swipe to camera, and it opens the camera, and here we go. So first of all, there actually is a camera button on here. So so that's nice to have, but the camera button has no press halfway down for autofocus, so I found it, not as helpful as it could be. Oh, can't really see this. Let's see if I can zoom up. There we go. Alright, so let's take this bunny and we'll try to take a picture. And you can see it took its time to take it. I don't know if you saw when I pressed it. Here. I'll press the camera button, and there you go. Pictures, honestly, are not that great. It won't even let you zoom until you actually go into an app, and then it's not the greatest zooming anyway. It's really kind of buggy. Okay, let's go back. I really was not a fan of the camera, let me just say. So, something to keep in mind. But you can touch to focus, but it doesn't focus very well. I know you can't see too well right now, but it does not focus on things very well. Also, the zoom is not very good. Look at this. Oops. It does not zoom much compared to other phones. So if you want that digital zoom, you're out of luck with this phone. Also, the camera app is very basic, and it just seems ancient and not up to par with what we've seen lately. It seems quite primitive, and I don't know, I just don't like it. Yeah, like I said, the autofocus is bad. You can't autofocus with the camera button either. And front-facing camera is blurry, like I said, with Snapchat. This app is just so simple. And you also cannot tap to focus during video recording. And videos just don't seem to be in HD. I haven't watched them on the computer yet, but they are not HD looking. So we can go into the... Actually, that's a video. Anyway, really not impressed with the camera. It's just not up to par with what a camera should be, even in a $150 phone. So that is the Kyocera Hydro Vibe from Virgin Mobile USA. I'm sorry about my not able to talk right now, but thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope it helps you with the decision you need to make, or if you just love watching phone reviews like me, hope it was interesting. And in conclusion, there are better options like the LG Volt and the Galaxy S3 even. Really, I would say go with this phone if you want a waterproof phone that can text and surf the web. And otherwise, really, there are better phones, especially if you need a camera. So that's the conclusion. And so again, thank you for watching. Please like the video if you liked it, and subscribe. It helps a lot. And follow me on Twitter at Funzier1 and Google+, which is google.com/+Funzier1. I can never say that fast. And then also facebook.com/Funzier1. That's really where I post all my stuff. So if you're going to follow me anywhere, or like the page at facebook.com/Funzier1. I post all my videos there, some photos, and status updates and all that stuff. So please do like that page if you're interested in finding out more. And also getting in contact with me, you can send me messages on there. Alright, well, thanks again for watching.